Hi there. I have been for the last week in different countries in Europe doing evangelistic meetings, preaching the gospel, ministering to people. We've seen a lot of people come to Christ. And in each of the meetings so far, I have prayed a healing prayer for people that have been in the services that have been sick. It's something that I felt very distinctly led by God to do. And a young lady came up to me after the service. She said, well, didn't the Apostle Paul himself say, that he had a thorn in the flesh? And she wanted me to sit down, and it would have been a long discussion, but there was about, 50 people in line waiting. And so I didn't have the opportunity to speak with her. But, what she brought up seems to be a stumbling block to a lot of people when it comes to healing. I've heard it so many times. Well, God gave Paul a thorn in the flesh, and Paul was sick, and Paul asked God 3 times to be healed, and God didn't heal him, so maybe this is just a thorn in the flesh for me. Well, let's just read it and just think about it. I don't have time to go on this in detail, but just some things that you can study for yourself. 2 Corinthians 12:7, Paul said, lest I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of the revelations, a thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. Paul says specifically what that thorn in the flesh was. He said it was a messenger of Satan, not something from God. It was a messenger of Satan. The word messenger is the same Greek word translated angel. And then he said, concerning this thing, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it might depart from me. So Paul pleaded with God 3 times that it might depart. And the Lord's answer, and he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Now, God didn't say, no, I'm not going to heal you, Paul. First of all, it wasn't a sickness. Again, it was a messenger of Satan. God said, my grace is all you need. My grace is sufficient for you. In fact, that phrase, sufficient for you, look it up. If you think I'm making this up, it literally means to build a hedge of protection around. God said to him, my grace will be a hedge of protection round about you. When it seems like the oppression is there and the devil's attacking you, I want to tell you God's grace is sufficient for you. It will build a barrier, a protection round about you, and you're at the end of your strength, my friend. That's when God's strength can take over. Go ahead and read it, think about it, do some studying on your own. God bless you.